students. Hello students. In this part of this video, we will be calculating the value of bond in practical ways. So by applying the formula, we will calculate what is the market value of bond, what should be the value of bond depending upon the figures which are given. So the question is, consider there is an 8-year bond, so we can calculate or we can consider the maturity period of this bond is 8 years, whatever interest we receive and the number of years for which we will be receiving interest, and after 8 years we will receive our par value back. The whatever investment we have made, we will get it back. So this is maturity period, which is 8 years. Par value, that is amount which investor is investing per bond, is rupees 1000, which also indicates interest will be received on par value. So whatever interest we receive, it will be on 1000 rupees. And the expected rate of investor, which is given as 14%, which can be used for present value factor. Or we can also consider this as expected rate of investor. Now as this bond is giving 12% interest rate, which is coupon rate, which bond is giving right now is 12%. That means whatever interest we receive on this bond will be 120 on our investment of 1000 rupees. Always remember, if we compare coupon rate and expected rate, we can always get the direction of answer. We can always know in advance what can be the value of bond, what can be the market value of bond. So there is a very close relation between this expected rate and the coupon rate. Now to understand this, let us assume when we are going for investment, we are going with expectation of 14%. So before starting with the calculation, the answer of this bond would be less than 1000 rupees. Investor will not be ready to pay 1000. They will always pay less than 1000 rupees. Now how is it possible? Because when we go for investment, we are expecting that we want 14%, which is our expected rate. We require 14% interest on our investment, but the company is giving only 12%. So it's very obvious, it is very clear that investors are not happy with this investment, and just because they are not happy, they will definitely not pay 1000. They will be happy to pay less than 1000, but definitely not more than 1000. So there is an inverse relationship between expected rate and coupon rate. So if coupon rate is more than expected, we are expecting 14%, but if the company is paying 16%, so company is paying with more than our expectation, we are more happy and we will be ready to pay more than par value. The market value of bond would be more than 1000. So we'll also calculate this also. Let us first have a solution of this. The formula of value of bond is present value of interest, whatever interest we receive, plus on maturity, what is the amount, that present value of this, present value of maturity amount. So if we identify what is this present value of interest and present value of maturity, we can definitely say this should be the base market value of bond. So let us try. Let us first have the first part, which is present value of interest. So first I'm going to calculate how we can calculate present value of interest, and then we will add with present value of maturity value, and then we can say this is the value of bond. So this is a calculation of interest, present value of interest. Let's mention year here. The bond is of 8 years, so we are supposed to receive this interest for 8 years. This is 8 years interest. Yes. Okay. The next part would be interest. We are going to receive 12% interest, because our initial investment in this bond is 1000, our par value, and we are receiving 12% interest on this. So I'm highlighting how we can calculate the interest part. The interest portion would be multiplication of 1000, which is our investment, and the coupon rate which company is providing. So that comes to 120 for every year, because this bond is of 8 year, we receive for 8 year. This is 8-year value. Okay, now the next part, our job is to find out the present value of interest, not the value, but we want present value of this interest. Okay, so we multiply with the present value factor, and present value factor should be always expected rate of investor. Whatever we are expecting, what expectation we are having from the company, that can be the present value factor. And our expectation was 14%, that is cost of debenture expected rate, and that is why we will multiply with the present value factor with 14%. We'll take 3 digits only. So let us keep only 3 digits of present value factor. We can keep 4 also. Now to find out the present value, we will multiply with interest with its present value, with its present value factor. We multiply with this. So this is called present value of interest. Okay, so by multiplying interest with its respective year present value, we can get the respective present value of interest. Now the only thing which we need to compile, make addition is over here. We want present value of interest, and that can be the summation of all present value of respective year interest. So we make summation here. So now we have come across the first part, which is present value of interest. The first part is over. To calculate the value of bond, we have completed the first part, which is present value of interest. Now for second part, which is present value of maturity value, we can do it here. That is present value of maturity amount. On maturity, we will receive 1000 rupees. That is what our initial investment is, but this amount we are receiving after 8 years. So this is what on maturity we are receiving 1000, but this 1000 we are supposed to receive from the company after 8 years. But our job is to calculate the present value of this maturity amount. Now this is maturity after 8 years. Our job is to find out what is its present value. So if this is 8 year away, I can also write it here also. This is 8th year amount, which is over here. So to find out the present value, we will multiply with the 8th year present value factor, which we have already calculated, which is 0.355. Now after multiplying 1000 with the 8th year present value factor, because it is value after 8th year, the value which we have received is 351. So now it will be very easy for us to calculate the value of bond, which I am writing here. The value of bond will be present value of interest, which is 556.66, which is here, plus plus the value, present value of maturity value, which is 351. And when you make total, the answer comes to 907. And as I've already said before starting of this sum, investor will not be happy, and because of which they will not pay 1000, but they will be ready to pay less than 1000. The reason is they require more, the expected rate is more, and the company is paying only 12%, and because of which, if a company is not matching with the expectation, investor will not be ready to pay 1000 rupees, which companies has decided, and they will be ready to pay less than 1000 because the company is not matching with the requirement. So that is this one question where we have assumed that investors are expecting more and company is paying less. Now with the same question, if suppose let me just make this sum here. So let us calculate if investors are expecting less than what company is giving. That means, so let us shift our calculation here. So let us assume now the same question, coupon rate is 12%, but now investors are assuming only 10%. That means when you are going for investment, you assume if company is paying 10%, you will make investment, but actually you realize company is not paying 10, company is paying more than 10, which is 12%. And when this is a situation, investors will be more happy to purchase this bond, and when company is giving more than your expectation, the answer should be more than 1000 because they expect 10 but company is providing 12. Investors they had expectation to earn only 10% of interest from this bond, but when they realize company is paying 12, they will be very happy, and market value of this bond, the demand of this bond into the market will be more, and that's why the answer or the market value or the bond value of this bond should be more than 1000. So answer should be more than 1000, and let us calculate and find out whether our logic, our calculation is correct or not. So this part will be same. This part interest will be again 120 because coupon rate is still 12%, so investor will be getting 120. But now instead of expected rate, which is present value factor, instead of 14%, it will be now only 10%. So we will use 10% present value factor for all 8 years, and by multiplying this present value factor, we come to know the total value is 640.19. So on this part we can write present value of interest, which is first part, which I can write it here also. The present value of interest is rupees 640.19. Let us highlight this part. We have done with first part. Now the second part is present value of maturity amount. So after 8 years you will be receiving your 1000 rupees back, but as you are receiving after 8 years, the present value is we are 8 years away, so we have to convert this 1000 into present value, that we have to go 8 years back. So we need to multiply with 8th year factor, which is 0.467. we can use it from this only, 10% and 8 year factor, and the value is 467. Now when we make total, that is 640.19 plus, that is present value of interest, plus 467, which is present value of maturity amount, we come to know that bond value is more than 1000. Investors are happy, they are giving more than expectation. Their expectation was only 10, but bond is matching with the expectation, and they receive 12% interest, and that's why the value of bond is more than 1000. They are ready to pay the company with more than 1000 rupees. Now if investors expected rate and company's payment rate are same, in that case what can be the market value of bond? That means this coupon rate is 12%, which company is paying, and our expected rate was also 12%. We are expecting we want 12% investment in bond, and when we approach company is also paying 12%. So in that case we are neither dissatisfied with the bond, we are nor that much happy with the bond, and that's why your answer should be equal to 1000. Par value and the market value of bond should be equal. The reason is expected rate and coupon rate are same. Now let us see whether our answer, our calculation logic is correct or not. So we just need to change the present value factor, which is 12, because coupon rate is still 12, we are receiving still 120 rupees. Now instead of 10% this time, we will take it 12%, and that comes to 596.12. So I can write here rupees present value of interest is rupees 596.12, which is my present value of interest. And present value of maturity value is 1000, which I am receiving after 8 years, and I will multiply with the 8-year factor, which is 0.404. That comes to 404 rupees. And let us check whether our calculation is right, that par value and market value of bond are equal or not. So present value of interest, I'll write 596.15 plus market value of bond is 400 and maturity value is 404. So the market value comes to 1000. 15 paisa, just because the difference of 15 paisa, because we are taking this present value factor into points, and that's why this is 15 paisa. Otherwise we can also ignore this 15 paisa. So that means market value and par value both are same. The reason is expected rate and coupon rate of company are same. So this is how the calculation of bond, this is number 1, where coupon rate is less but investors are expecting more, so investors are not happy with the rate which company is providing, and that is why they will not be ready to purchase with more than 1000, they will purchase with less than 1000 rupees, and that's why the answer will be less than 1000, which is 907. Now in this part, it's a reverse scenario where investors are expecting less, they expect only 10, but company is giving more than expectation, which is 12, so investors will be happy to purchase this kind of bond, and the market value of bond will be definitely more than 1000. So the calculation shows yes, the answer of this market value of bond is more than 1000, which is 1107 rupees. And the third scenario, where both are equal, when both are equal, that is par value is 1000, expected rate is 12, and coupon rate is also 12. There is no change in expectation and actual payment of interest, and because of which the par value and market value of bond, that is bond value, will be same, which is 1000. This is one question. Thank you very much. In the next part we will go for the another type of bond valuation sum. Thank you very much for the listening. So this is second part of this bond valuation. Let's do the same question but in an alternative method. This is method number 1, where we can find out the value of bond by using the tabular method. If we calculate value of bond with the help of the formula which is given by valuation of bond, the answer would be same but the calculation will be different. So let us write again the basic information, where the maturity period is 8 year. We can take this same from here. So that's the basic information, and the main formula is value of bond equals to present value of interest and the present value of maturity amount. So this is the formula which we have, but instead of now tabular method, we go by this, which is value of bond equals to bond value equals to present value of interest. But now what we need to understand, present value of interest plus present value of maturity amount. Now here we need to understand that we will use it with the help of annuity table and lump sum table. Over here, interest, the formula of interest, we are multiplying, we are finding out the present value by applying T. The formula which shows it is T. T means times. So interest will be received 8 times because maturity is 8 years. So we will receive interest 8 times. So we need to find out the present value of this interest. Now as interest is equal amount, interest equals to rupees 120, which is fixed, and to find out the fixed amount of present value, which we consider as present value of annuity. So when we calculate this, we can also apply present value annuity formula. So this first part will be interest multiplied by expected rate and number of years annuity factor, and this part lump sum amount investor is receiving only once, and that is why the present value of this is lump sum. The present value single factor and multiply with the 8-year factor. So let us see into this table value also. So we will solve with the help of table. Yes, we have table in front of us. Okay, so I'll write the bond value will be value of bond equals to present value interest factor annuity of interest amount plus present value interest factor of maturity amount. So this is maturity amount. Okay, so let us do this. Here it is interest is 120 rupees, and we multiply with interest factor annuity with our expected rate is 14%, and number of years for which we are receiving interest is 8 years. 8 years plus, now we will multiply 1000, which is our maturity amount, with present value simple factor, which is lump sum factor 14%, which is our expected rate, and 8 years combination. So let's find out the amount equals to the amount equals to 120 multiplied by, now let's check annuity factor of 14% and 8-year combination. So this is annuity table, 14% and 8-year is here, which will be our factor, which is 4.6389. This part is known as present value of interest. This part we call it as present value of interest. Now our job is again to find out present value of maturity. So 1000, and now this time as maturity amount we are receiving only once, there is no 1000 every time, so we will multiply lump sum interest factor, present value factor, which is 14% and 8 years factor, which is here, which is 0.3506. So we will multiply 1000 with lump sum factor, which is 14.3506. Whatever we have, this will be considered as present value of maturity. And now when we make total, we get the final bond value is 907 rupees, and I think in method number 1 we had the same amount, which is 966 or 7. So in method number 2 also we have 970 926. That is what the value which we have received. This is first method, and in first method also the answers are same whether you go with method 1 or method 2. And this is where we assume the expected rate is 14%. Now if we consider the same question, and if we consider the expected rate is rather than 14, if it is we have taken as 10%. So if it is now 10%, what can be the answer? So only the interest factor will get changed. Instead of PVIFA of 14, now we will do 10%, and for lump sum we will take, instead of 14% we will take 10%. So we also change the factor amount, 10% and 8 years combination, which is 10% and 8 years combination, which is 5.3349. This is our annuity factor, 5.3349. So this is our interest, and the same part we do it for annuity lump sum to find out present value of maturity. So for maturity, 10% and 8 years combination is 0.4665, 0.4665, which is 466. Total value will be 640.18 plus 466.50. It is 1106, and in first method also we got the same answer, which is 1107. So almost it is same, 1106. And let us do with the third expected rate. If investors expected rate is equal, which is 12%, rather than expected rate which is 10, if investors are expecting 12, then it should be, answer should be 1000. So we will take the annuity factor of 12% 8 years and lump sum factor also of 12% 8 years. So this is 12% and 8 year combination, which is annuity 4.9676, 4.9676. This is our present value of interest, and in place of lump sum we take 12% and 8 year combination. So this is 12% and 8 year combination is 0.4039, which is 403, and by taking both this value 596.11, or we can say 10 plus 403.9, which is 596, it will be 1000. So this is what the second method, by using formula also the answer will be same 1000, and over here also it was 1000, and if you use by formula also the answer is 1000. So thank you very much for the listening. For more details you can visit my blogspot. Thank you. You can give your comments whether you like the explanation or not. Thank you very much for the listening.